Alright, we are running into Modern, and we're running pretty much the exact same deck as we did when we ran Riverbloom Command's Defense. I really enjoyed Riverbloom Command in the deck, and I've been playing so much Pioneer recently that honestly I haven't had much time for Modern, so I haven't really had a chance to spec out the deck. So today we're going to be prepared, and we're going to keep the notepad as promised. We'll put something on the screen, and we will put every note of every game that we win or lose or have trouble with, so that I can work with this deck. So as said before, we're running the standard Niv Bring to Life package. We are running our Glittering Wish package, it's still one of my favourites. 2 General Furious in the rare main board, Culligan's Command, 2 Is It Charm. I'm torn between this and Iteration, the dance. Is it dance or whatever it is? But we're going to stay with Is It Charm because I think being able to do 2 damage to like smaller creatures is more relevant right now. Kira Kavu for big hitters, removal, and basically it's just a ton of removal. And Valky for the Valky Tybalt. One thing I started to notice as well, something a guy in Game Store pointed out, is in the event that you're in a control matchup and you draw the Valky can be a good counter draw out, because if you spend 2 mana cast Valky, you will reveal their entire hand. Even if you don't have a hit for it, you could even just get that information, which can be really valuable against control players. So that's something I might do if it becomes relevant. As for our Glittering Wish targets, we have Graveyard Hate with Clothis, we have Board Wipe with Deafening Clarion and Culling Ritual, we have a General for value in the sideboard, Notion Thief to go against control or heavy draw decks, Unmoored Ego for combo decks, Rakdos Charm for artifacts removal, Fracture for Planeswalker Hate, that's more of an ultimate sideboard card, Judge Familiar just for fun, Dimir Charm as a counter / look at, mess with their decks if we have to, and Scar. We're still trying Scar. I think it might be pretty valuable. Alright, we're going to see how that goes. So let's jump into Modern. Okay, we're jumping into our game here against Pulse Free 10. We're going to see what we go up against. I'm going to play, I think, 3 long games, hopefully. We win the dice roll. We'll reveal our Gigantha. We have 2 lands. Not a lot. I'm willing to keep this for now. We'll play a Windswept and pass the turn. See what our opponent's on. We did not. Interesting. I wonder what a Godless Shrine deck. So we need black, white. Well, we can't cast the Vanishing. God, I am out of practice. Okay, so if we get this, we get 3 of our main colors. Okay, yep. Oh, never, didn't have it. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, I knew that was on top of the deck. I had faith. See what our opponent goes for here. Is this like a Reanimator list, maybe? Yeah. Okay. See what they put in their graveyard. Archon of Cruelty. That's nothing too major. We can actually exile that. Alright. Need to injure Triome because I let out green. Then we can play our blue here. Pass the turn. This Reanimated deck's been gaining steam. I've actually been really impressed with it. So I'm assuming they're going to play Persist, I guess. Yep. So when this enters, we're going to hold priority. We will Vanishing Verse it in response. Now what does this trigger? Sacrifice a creature, discards a card, loses 3 life, you draw a card, gain 3 life. Yeah, that's fine. We will discard 1 Bring to Light. They pass. We go to 4. Oh, this isn't great. If they have another land, they could do it again. Oh, it's Esper. Oh, they're gonna play Teferi. Because why would you not play Teferi? Faithful Mending, they're going to draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. We probably need more significant graveyard hate. Okay, they got 2 more Archon of Cruelties in their graveyard. You know what, let's just burn this now. Red, black, 1. Let's just make him discard some other stuff. Alright. What are the odds they have an effect? I will just try and cast a Niv here. If they have the counter for it, they have the counter for it. We gotta just hope that. Alright, we drew a lot of cards there. Veto will be great if we can get to it. Is it Charm is relatively irrelevant. I don't think Witherbloom Command is going to be great here. Okay, we'll discard the Dramatic Rescue, and then we'll see. We can't Furious Roderick and hold up. We can Roderick and Muldrifter evoked. This deck just became infinitely cooler in my eyes because it's playing Muldrifter. Ephemerate. Nice. She's going to draw 4 cards. Oh, we've got another land. Well, we have to start with general, so let's get white. And 1 here. Then we can get in with Nev. Force either the block or the effect counter. I'm okay with them drawing cards here. I just have to stop their big, like, they're not a what you call it effect. They're not my word, what's it? They're not a gradual grind out deck. They're a big haymaker deck. My guess is they're probably gonna look for double persist here. Right, they went down to 9. Faithful Mending, they're going to gain 2 life. Trying to think in advance what would be a good sideboard against this deck. Obviously we need interaction early. Prismatic Ending, oh, that's such a hate out for our Clothis, so we know they're running that. This is good though, it's giving us plenty of information. Fairy Time Reveler, nope. That's not happening. As I've said before, I have opinions about the Fairy Time Raveler. Strong opinions, albeit, but as I said, Ephemerate, evoked, yep. That's fine with me. And they ephemerate it because, as we said before, these elementals are so important to Modern. Okay, they're down to 3 cards here. Let's get things done. We got another Niv, but we could go for the Bring to Light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can't do it that way. So our best bet here is to let's terminate you. What is the best way to do this? We could just Bring to Light, cast another one. I mean, there is every possibility they're running, what's it called? What did they exile for this? Ephemerate. There is every possibility they are running another. Honestly, I think I want to. Yeah, if we do it this way, it's probably the best for us. So let's. This could give us back. This could do stuff though. Oh, I don't even know. I'm struggling here. Okay, we'll just commit another Niv to the board. Because I mean, it's another blocker. It's more cards in hand, more answers.
Reload!
We will discard the Witherbloom command. He's gonna exile the Niv, which I'm okay with. We're up to 30, he's on 11. Honestly, I think all of these elementals, like, I do not understand the need for an instant speed sorcery, sword to plow, instant speed, swords to plowshare in this format. And I mean, I could be like incredibly wrong, like I've said before, but it's the same argument I think as Force of Will for his Legacy players telling me Legacy's not degenerate because we have Force of Will. I'm like, if you need a card that literally breaks the rules of the game to keep it quote unquote together, there's another Teferi. Yay! Because Teferi's so balanced and... My apologies for the sounds of this, but I'm done with Teferi. It's honestly one of the cards that I wish that Wizards never printed. Alright, let's terminate this. Create another 4/4. attack this Teferi to close it off. Right. I am beyond black and red. Bringing to light. I am not going to get you, unfortunately. I am going to get Valky. I am going to up Valky. And I am going to plus Valky. And I'll take a prismatic ending. Okay. Whatever they've got now. We got 3 golems off that. And we have a must answer in Tybalt, because if we exile their entire graveyard, it's pretty much over. Oh dear. It's a cool deck apart from Teferi. Like I said, optimal Nivlis should probably run Teferi as well, but I just can't bring myself to pay for this card. Like, it's gotta be banned at some point, right? Assist, we'll just sack a creature, then we'll discard a Carvu. Flashing back. This deck's got some good resiliency. I'll give it that. We need to get rid of this with the Archon of Cruelty. We can actually do a 5-mana prismatic ending here. Alright, well, you know what, let's just exile the Archon of Cruelty. 7, ironically, we could play it. In fact, I'm gonna play it because it'll be fun to use their own creature against them. Let's make them. Oh, and they conceded to us Archon of Crueltying them in response. I have no clue what to do against this Reanimator deck. Rakdos Charm is a definite one. Mordigo, I guess. Clophis, but she'll get prismatic ending. Man, it's good to have a game where the general came through. We don't want to mill them. Counters are good. Bouncing the creature good. Exiling the creature solid. Veto was a game change. Helix is probably, I don't think, do anything. Also, incidentally, the Carvus, if we can resolve that turn 1 and then attack with it, we could end up with a solid, good situation there. We'll try it this way. Maybe leaving the Helix in is the right way to go. It was a good game 1 though. I think they probably should have attempted to bounce and maybe counter the general. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Opponent seems to be thinking. There we go. Alright, I think I'd keep this. We can turn to have a relatively big. No, we can't have a. We can have a 4/4 on turn 2. They could reanimate on turn 2 though if they wanted. Okay, it's gonna really depend on what they do. If they go for like an immediate unmarked grave, then I think we have to hold up the Kavu. They did not immediately go for the unmarked grave. I am pretty sure the unmarked grave is a relatively then we'll just go for this then. The unmarked grave is an instant, right? No, but oh no, the new yeah, the Faithless Restored is, dang. Okay, that might be a blowout on my part. Yeah. Oh, I think I completely misplayed there. This game's on me. Okay, we're going to put one though. We are going to put Graveyard. And my washing machine's taken off. Yeah. Unless he wants to go for a Teferi. No. Persist. Yep. Well, did we have... We did not have... No. That's done it, because I screwed that up. I kept that hand on the strength of that. So, our deck is literally going to come down to whether or not we have interaction all the game. But yeah, we definitely need better Graveyard Hate. Sadly, that's with me being stupid. Alright, you know what? We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again for a laugh. We can make this a turn 2/5/5 if we do this right. We just have to hope on... Let me turn 1 forward seas, right? Yep, that's a grief. Gonna be ephemerated. He'll go down to 3 life. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why these cards are stupid. Now, I fully believe that this would be absolutely amazing if, you know, we were up against someone playing an unfair deck. But in reality, what we're up against is someone playing an okay deck. You know what? Let's do this. We have that, so we need blue, so we need Hollow Fountain. We're going to bounce this to his hand. This is fine. There's nothing for him to fortsies anyway, but we're not going to get punched with it. So I'm guessing that he must have kept that hand on the strength of the grief double hits. Which is funny because we kept it on the strength of literally just interesting. Oh, he exiled the grief again. He's going to take the Niv. That's fine. Did he honestly draw another Ephemerate? That's fine. We're just going to keep filling out the deck. Okay, black, green, red, blue, and white. Bring to light. We will cast a Niv and completely reload our hand, negating the effects of what you used your entire hand for. So we go up to 7 again. We got fort seized 4 times there. I take back my statement of bitching about grief. Turns out that if you can grind out a little bit of value, you'd be okay and top deck like a god. But yes, graveyard hate. Graveyard hate. Alright, let's grab another one. Well, 2 here with Darth Exilia, whatever. We get lucky again going first. We'll keep a Gigantha. Oh yes, we'll keep this aggro hand, definitely. So we're going to go for try... Oh, this hand did actually pretty well. Well, honestly, we could end up against some bad matchups, but this will be a 4-4 on turn 2, followed by 2 5/5s on turn 3, followed by 2 spells. Huh. Interesting. Okay, we'll use this. This could be an 8-whack goblin deck. So we'll need this. Let's play a 4-4. Let's see what our opponent does. Now, if it is goblins, I don't think a whack does too much here. Buddy, that's not going to be big enough. Okay, mutated growth. Interesting. So I will just play another one. Pass the turn. Interesting. Bushido 1. Okay. Guess he doesn't have another trick. So let's go with the Indria Triome. Yeah. That gives us 5/5. This gives us a land. So this is perfect for us. So let's go to combat and attack. We will exile up to 1 target card. I'll get rid of that mutagenic growth, just in case you do have something. Okay, takes the hit. Let's see what this person goes for then. This deck is interesting. Alright, then before the Exalted triggers, we will attempt to Lightning Helix. Okay, mutagenic growth. Okay. Then in response to that, we will get ourselves a hallowed fountain, and we will destroy this creature. Straight up, just kill it. Do you have a protection spell? Opponent is thinking about it. Probably working out if he can kill us here. Which I'm not even joking. If it's a kind of deck like all in on this strategy, then I'm not surprised if they're thinking it. Alright, we're going to do a little test here very quickly, see if our opponent is actually doing this. So let's go here. He has not opened a second game. He might just be raging that we had interaction, which would be crazy considering the amount of free interaction spells like Fury and Solitude that are existing right now. So I think our opponent is timing out here. So while we're doing this timeout, I will say, if you're going to play a deck like this in Modern, you've got to be prepared for the blowout. Like, what would he have done if I'd had Fury and just Furied his entire board here? You can't tell me that you're going to sit here and honestly, like, get salty because there was interaction. Modern is one of the most interactive formats. Like, I bitch about the new spells a lot, but that's because, you know, we all love a moan every now and again. Honestly, like, this is one of the things that annoys me. There's no reason for this, mate. You're playing a very narrow glass cannon effect. It's like people that play, what's the thing called? It used to be, it's like in Commander Online when people play a Shrines deck and someone answers a Shrine and they quit because they're like, I wanted to get all the Shrines out. And I'm like, mate, if that's your whole strategy, you're never going to get a full game because everyone runs ways to destroy stuff. So I'm going to count this as my game too because I get mad at people that do this. So if you're wondering about this, if you're new to MTGO, in the event that someone does play like this, all you can do is you can block them, and this will prevent you from joining one of their games. I just normally choose other, and then we'll go back. Now, all this moaning that I've done, I should have actually checked the game log. Did he disconnect? No. If he disconnected, it would say here. So basically our opponent has decided that because we ran interactive spells, how quickly could he have killed us, I wonder? Double mutagenic growth, Goblin Champion, Exalted, 2 power, 4, 8. My guess is he might have had a turn 3 kill here. If he had put double Exalted onto his current Samurai here, That would have got up to 5 before the mutant, and then it would have gone up to 7. Then he could have, if he had the double strike enabler, what's it called? Used to be the bane of my existence in Death Shadow decks. From cons. My brain has gone dead. Someone is probably screaming it if they're hearing me talk like this. So those of you who don't know, there is a 5 minutes stopwatch that basically, if you don't take an action in 5 minutes, the game will boot you as an automatic loss. So let's see when this last one was. 16, 12. Yeah, it's literally just about to happen. Lost the game due to inaction because, heaven forbid, somebody played interaction. Alright, let's get this game quickly here and we'll count this as our third. Now, I am not why I ban people for that is that I'm not a fan of that in casual rooms, and I particularly despise it in full-blown leagues where you have people that know they're dead but decide that they'd rather let the clock win. Okay, we probably have control here. This one will be a test of my patience. We're going first, so I think our first bet's going to be to drop a big Carvu. Get that answered. Unless they're playing elementals. Like, I'd be totally stoked with elementals because elementals are cool. But I don't think they will be. Yep. Oh, it could be a Stoneblade deck I get. No, it can't be Stoneblade because Core is not. Okay. Let's get ourselves a big Zoo Boy down. I totally knew that was going to be 5. My guess is we get Prismatic Ended here. Yep. We'll grind out a control game for one for the show. Why not? Sack this. We'll get another Triome. Then we'll just Witherbloom command, player, gain life. So we'll mill him for a bit, see what he puts in his graveyard. Yep, this looks like a fun deck that we totally want to play against. As I said, we'll now see a Teferi or Archmage's Charm forever, and we just won't get to play Magic. It's not that I think control is too strong. My issue is the Force of Negation negates the previous effects of control. Teferi and Force of Negation, the 3-mana Teferi. Because prior to this, the interaction was, if I can cast something threatening on their end step, force them to tap out, then I'll have free reign for a spell. Now it's, you can't cast a spell on my end step because Teferi exists. And even if I am tapped out, I still have a spell that breaks the rules of the game to let me play it. Okay. I don't care about spreading seas. Dude, I've got enough things for days here. Let's just cast this Glittering Wish and get it counterspelled. Huh. I take Notion Thief. Why not? He doesn't resolve here because now one of the best plays that we could do prior to this, flashing into a in response to a draw a spell at their my end step, or their end step, is now negated because Solitude can just exile the Notion Thief before the action goes off, which will be inevitably what we see here. Burning Seas on that, that's fine. We got enough to keep going. Let's just get Stomping Ground tapped. We have an abundance of cards. Green, red, playing the Carvu. Considering countering this. He does not counter it. Fine at that. Okay, let's steal these draws. Get this solituded. Oh no, we did steal the draws. Impressive. Board wipe now. Sorry, not talking, there's just nothing to say here. Hard casting a Solitude. Gets rid of that. See, it means he either didn't want to lose one of his hands and cards in his hands. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, so let's do this. Lightning Helix this. Come on, we know you have Force of Negation. So there's not much to talk about in this matchup, but it's a standard control matchup. It's our worst matchup, so there's not much to say. And all the new tools from Modern Horizons 2. I mean, Carvu and General juiced up our deck, but I don't understand why they felt they needed to juice up Blue-White Control. Blue-White Control was already holding its own without all of these additions. Okay, no clue. No honest to word clue what this was about. I'm gonna take out the wishes. I don't think he's gonna let us resolve that again. We'll bring in this. Oh, I still feel that we lack in terms of control finishes. Defense against control finishes. Terminates are weird now because obviously they Vanishing versus maybe Dramatic Rescue. I don't think bouncing. Probably want to bring in a Colossus. I don't think so. They're going to bring in board wipe. So General, I don't think has a place. Mere Charm could be good. Okay, we'll try that. I really don't know. I'm still unsure how to sideboard versus control players. But I will point out that even with his amazing spells and luck that he had there, he did not get Teferi, and since he did not have Teferi, he didn't run away with the game. More words in my mind why Teferi should be banned. Not 5 mana Teferi. I have my grievances with 5 mana Teferi, but that's perfectly fine. I do have issues with the fact that he untaps lands to protect himself, but it's not as busted as statically you don't get to play literally the way Magic was. Whoa, I've never seen that artwork. That's really nice artwork for Cascade. Okay, so play this tapped, pass the turn. If he goes for an immediate, what you call it? No, he did not. Okay, we'll just play this, pass the turn, see what they go for. Are they running red just to run Ragavan? I mean, it would be a possibility, I guess. Alright, we need blue here, so we need to get the Ketria Triumph, just in case something goes horrendously wrong. So if we green, red, we can still hold up a veto. Let's just see what they go for here. The question is, do we fight over this or do we just let it go? Okay, I'm guessing they're going for a 5 mana Teferi. Yeah, nope. Check it, dude. I have counter spells too that can't be countered. Now, Prismatic Ending on the Territorial Kavu for 2. Yep. Oh, alright. We did not draw a land. That didn't help. So they're on 3. I don't think we get to doing it now because of every opportunity that they've probably got. Counter Magic up now for days. Kind of missed our shot there. Don't have a way to deal with that. We could, as it charm, force them to. Counter red, blue. I will Is It Charm You. What is the best play here? I think it's just Niv here. Black, green, red. In case they do have a force. Reload! The Lightning Helix. Taking on MTGO. We will get rid of a Fracture. Okay, so we can't Prismatic End it. He can Teferi X whatever it. Could just board wipe to get rid of it as well. Hard casting Solitude as well is an option. Okay, so our opponent concedes to that. I am confused. I'm guessing they must be new to control because they got screwed on the thing. Why were they hard casting Solitudes? Maybe they're weird. Alright, so that's 3 climactic and weird games. Good grindy game, strange, annoying game where opponent went out, and I think we had a control player learning to play. Not in an insult, control is one of the hardest decks to play. I borrowed one to play a Friday Night Magic game the once, and I had like a migraine by the end of 3 rounds. It is absolute chaos. I suppose as well, one of the issues that control players have against us is that we are not playing a conventional deck, so it is hard for them to think, what do I counter? So the only note I really have here is that we need Graveyard Hate. Possibly a bit more than just a Rakdos Charm on the sideboard and a Clothis. The Reanimated deck has the ability to throw in and reanimate on the same turn. They are pretty all in though, even on the first game where we didn't have Graveyard Hate. Using the Vanishing Verse to just immediately answer the Sign of Cruelty really gave us some edge, and General Furious, and the General just pumping out those 4/4s to sack fodder kept us in it definitely. Wish is still fun. Even though I sideboard it out sometimes against control, I'm not sure if I should. I mean, I suppose it depends on the control. Against Esper control, well, no, because it wouldn't really matter. River Bloom still did its thing. It still got us land, still milled our opponents, still gave us information. I think this is not going to replace Assassin's Trophy. I think definitely, in hindsight, I would probably put Assassin's Trophy in the sideboard. In fact, talking about that, we need to probably end up, I would say we'd probably take out the Clarion. I suppose not, because we need that for thing. We'd probably get rid of Scar. Scar's a cute answer to Ragavan, but I don't think it's going to impact anything. So yes, those are the changes. We're going to up the Graveyard Hate a little bit. We're going to maybe look at something. We need something to show us up against control. I'm going to have to look at answers and get back to you on that one. But yes, thank you for watching.